Today, we embark on a fascinating journey into the heart of Catholic theology to explore a concept that has intrigued believers for centuries. Purgatory. Purgatory, a term not explicitly found in the Bible, but deeply ingrained in Catholic tradition, it represents a state of purification for souls destined for heaven. To grasp this concept, let's first turn to the sacred scriptures. As Scripture teaches, nothing unclean will enter the presence of God in heaven, Revelations 21:27. And while we may die with our mortal sins forgiven, there can still be many impurities in us, specifically venial sins, and the temporal punishment due to sins already forgiven. In Hebrews 12:14, we read, "Strive for peace with everyone, and for the holiness without which no one will see the Lord." This suggests a process of purification, a striving for holiness that extends beyond our earthly existence. But why purgatory? Why not heaven or hell immediately? The answer lies in the profound intersection of God's justice and mercy. God's justice demands that sin be accounted for, yet His mercy desires the salvation of every soul. Purgatory, then, becomes the crucible of divine love, a place where the imperfections that hinder our complete union with God are purified. Purgatory is a testament to God's mercy and our role in the divine symphony of salvation. Let us delve into other scriptures to illuminate this captivating journey and address some common opposing views. A common opposing view is that purgatory was invented in the Middle Ages. If we open the Bible to 2 Maccabees 12:39-46, we will find a call to intercession. In the book of the 2 Maccabees, we encounter a powerful narrative illustrating the efficacy of prayer for the departed. Judas Maccabeus and his men discovered the fallen soldiers had sinned and, moved by compassion, offered prayers and sacrifices for their souls. This profound act emphasizes the communal nature of our faith. Our prayers can make a difference for those who have gone before us. It is very important to notice that this emphasizes a way of acting towards the dead, and it also challenges the common idea that purgatory was invented during the Middle Ages. How can this be if this common practice was mentioned in the Old Testament? Another common erroneous idea is that purgatory is another chance of salvation. This is not a correct understanding of purgatory. Salvation is granted through faith in Jesus Christ and the grace of God. When a person dies in a state of grace, but with remaining imperfections, purgatory serves as a transitional state where the soul undergoes purification to achieve the necessary holiness for the direct presence of God. The process is seen as a merciful act of God, allowing the soul to be fully prepared for the divine encounter. It is a state of final purification for souls who die in God's grace and friendship, but still need to be purified from venial sins, imperfections, and the temporal consequences of sin before entering into the fullness of the beatific vision in heaven. Purgatory is not a place of punishment like hell, nor is it a second chance for those who have rejected God during their earthly lives. The most common objection to purgatory is that it's not in the Bible. Therefore, let's continue to look at Bible verses that support purgatory. We can look to Matthew 12:32. The words of Jesus in Matthew 12:32 speak of a sin that will not be forgiven in this age or the age to come. This intriguing phrase implies a state beyond this earthly life where sins can be addressed, a notion consistent with the purifying nature of purgatory. It encourages us to reflect on the enduring mercy of God, reaching beyond our temporal existence. And in Matthew 5:24-25, we can find a reference to reconciliation beyond the grave. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus urges us to reconcile with our brother before presenting our offerings. This teaching implies a connection between our earthly actions and the state of our souls after death. Purgatory becomes a realm of reconciliation, where the soul seeks harmony and purity before the beatific vision. I Corinthians 3:11-15 states, "For no other foundation can anyone lay than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. Now if anyone builds on the foundation with gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, each man's work will become manifest, for the day will disclose it, because it will be revealed with fire, and the fire will test what sort of work each one has done. If the work which any man has built on the foundation survives, he will receive a reward. If any man's work is burned up, he will suffer loss, though he himself will be saved, but only as through fire. In the words of St. Paul, we find a vivid metaphor in I Corinthians 3:11-15. The foundation laid is Christ, and our deeds are tested as if by fire. What remains is the gold of virtue, purified by the divine crucible. Purgatory, then, is not a punitive fire, but a transformative one, refining our souls for the eternal embrace of God. When looking at prayers for the departed, we notice that while the Bible encourages us to pray for the deceased, there's a notable absence of a direct prohibition against praying for their entry into heaven. Instead, our prayers and acts of mercy reflect the communion of saints, where our intercession can aid those on their journey. In the radiant tapestry of our faith, purgatory stands as a realm of hope, beckoning us to participate in the divine drama of redemption. Our connection with those who have gone before us doesn't cease with death. It persists through prayer and the hope for their eternal rest in the company of God. These deceased could be our father, our mother, any close relative or friends that are in need of prayers. Let us embrace the motivation to live virtuously, pray fervently, and trust in the boundless mercy of a God who invites us into the eternal symphony of love. Let us take a look now into Catholic traditions.
And to our viewers, if you're finding value in this exploration, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our theological explorations.
Now let's dive into the Catechism of the Catholic Church, the comprehensive guide to Catholic beliefs. In paragraphs 1030 to 1032, the Catechism describes purgatory as a final purification, a process that removes the temporal consequences of sin. It's described as a purification, so as to achieve the holiness necessary to enter the joy of heaven, which is experienced by those who die in God's grace and friendship, but still imperfectly purified. Catechism 1030. It notes that this final purification of the elect is entirely different from the punishment of the damned. Catechism 1031. The Mass, a central aspect of Catholic worship, holds a special place in the theology of purgatory. The prayers, offerings, and sacrifices during the Mass are believed to aid the souls in purgatory on their journey toward God. Purgatory, my friends, is not a place of despair, but a manifestation of God's unfathomable love and the transformative power of His grace. It's an integral part of the divine plan for our souls. As we wrap up this journey into the heart of Catholic theology, let's remember that purgatory is a testament to the boundless mercy of God, beckoning us toward a deeper understanding of His love. Until next time, may your faith continue to be a source of inspiration and illumination.